If the Senate Democrats do not come back home, we're going to see, as we've already seen notice of, layoffs in our schools, in our cities, our counties, our towns, and villages all across the state. We're going to see service reductions, and I don't think any of us want to do that. On issue after issue, we make sure that in this budget, while it's certainly about frugality, it's also about ensuring that we meet our priorities. So in public safety and giving local governments and schools the tools that they need, we continue to move forward on that.
I think public sector labor does understand that concessions need to be made, and the state workers have previously been doing that with their furlough days, their mandated furlough days. You know, yes, times are tough and public sector does need to step up and contribute and help out with this, but it certainly appears that it's more than just balancing the budget. It appears to be a union-killing measure.
Well, for us, a couple things. One, let's be clear, we have made changes in this bill. That's a myth that the Senate Democrats have been perpetuating. If you look back after the 17.5 hours of public hearings that were conducted in front of the Joint Finance Committee, my staff met with the lawmakers from the Joint Finance Committee, and we did make a series of amendments. This bill is not the same as what we proposed 3 weeks ago.
And there are a lot of people out there that are very unhappy that public sector employees have been riding the gravy train for too long. And, you know, there's arguments on both sides of that. We're willing to take some significant cuts, but you know, there's a lot of other sources of revenue and sources of savings that I believe could be explored, and he's not even willing to say that he'll consider that.
I'm not willing to pass on cuts without giving local governments the tools to more than make up for those cuts. What they're asking us to do by taking out the collective bargaining reforms is essentially hand schools and local governments a big cut in their state aid and not give them anything to make up for that. And I don't think the average citizen in the state wants that at all. I think they want us to be innovative. They want us to be balance the budget, but they want us to do this in a way that has that doesn't cause pain and doesn't cause troubles out there, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Decades and decades and decades of basically organized labor and the efforts that we've made just washed away. And if that does get washed away, it's going to take decades and decades and decades of work in the future just to start to get back to where we are now.
I think we're going to make a ton of changes in this budget to make it better. But I would stress the only way you can do that is if people show up. If the Senate Democrats decide to hold out throughout the budget process, they don't have a seat at the table because you got to be in the Capitol to do that.
Thanks,
Great, thanks.